And we have begun. Should I start? Go ahead. Hi, I'm not perfect, but I'm here anyways in front of you and you're watching. Are you still watching? Well, if you're gone, you wouldn't know. So what I'm going to do in this one is things I play with. The auto bridge game, if you count 13, 13, 13, 13. But look at the board, how it's longer this way than it is this way, the way this is inside of this, not this inside of this. Otherwise, the board would be up to here. Why does it have to be a rectangle? One of the reasons it has to be a rectangle is that when you draw from a... Oh, it's his hands. I thought they were my hands. And now you know why I do this. Because I have fun. Fun, 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 fun. Having too much fun is no good. So then I go and I paint. And when I had enough of that, I draw. Besides all that, I had to go into work today. I didn't have to anything. I go in anyways. Lately, nothing breaks. But when it does break, while I'm there, I'm 10 times less than anybody else. That's why they keep me when I do nothing. What? Pay? Money? Can I tell you something? I don't show up anywhere, okay, under certain judgment for certain reasons because of and certain things. And money is really not the biggest factor in any part of this, okay? It's the honesty. It's the kindness that goes with it. Without the kindness, I'm not there. I'll stick around for a while. Maybe they'll change, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll ask me, why am I standing so far back? Maybe they won't. Maybe I'll waste my time. Maybe I won't waste my time. Why should I waste my time? How can I waste my time? I made the choice, didn't I? So what, I'm now going to cry about the choice I made? It's not that easy. It's not that hard to fix it up. Next time you just don't do it. So the auto bridge game of 1313, 1313 is the 52. 52 cards. 13 and 13 is what the Monopoly game is from one side to the next because the corners are squares and not rectangles like the properties. You ever notice the properties are all on an angle? Is that because of the way they seed the corn straight? Or is that because of the angle of the sun? Doesn't matter. This is the auto bridge game. That's out of the way. No coffee left. Have a couple of designs. Never know how or why or what I did. I just do it. So I'm going to just show off a couple of them. And these are all pretty easy to do. Okay, I'm going to show you the easiest ones. You'll probably think they're the hardest ones. I don't like this one because I made a smudge on it. But I did only paint in one thing. Only the leaves that I paint in. The eye, you ever see this? If you really look at it, you can go inside of it and down. You ever watch Reboot? You ever watch cartoons? You ever see the Jetsons, the sprockets? Used to walk the train cars. The train cars we run on. We're a triangle, my friend, or a rectangle. How does that fit into the year? Once on this side, once on this side, we look the same. No, it's like this, like this, like this, and like this. Everything has to be squared off. Why? Because the world's like this. Yeah, that's right. Somehow we have two norths. I don't know how. They seem to call it northeast and northwest. So I told you, north, northeast, and northwest. Three norths. Which one is the real one? The one I really like is this one here. This is my buddy. You see him salivating? This, if you rip these apart or put them together, they're hearts, they're light bulbs. The saliva that drips is a circle within itself. It's a circle of life. It possesses something. It has a barrier on each side. If you tear it apart, because only on one side, it'll be like a hook. It'll be thicker on one side than on the other side, so it's more or less a hook and a protective shield. You get the resh out of that. Everything seems to be about the resh. Okay, what we're going to get into is this is what happened. Later on in the year, in September the 9th, the eve of the 8th, I got a ticket for taking a walk in the park, sitting on a park bench. Earlier on in that year, I was sent a message by this site. I don't know if you can read it. It says Ron at the beginning. Now this is a site called Extra Normal. Now this is in March of 2009. I never saw this site online. I found it, but the only were 3 people on the site, me and the person who was writing this to me. How this site started up, I don't know, but this is what it says. Let me be able to read this. Ron, I have been sent down from the 6th dimension within your mind. The reason I am here is about the problem with the spirit worlds. Who are you? And what are you talking about? I don't have much time to play. Don't play stupid with me, Ronald. You know what I mean. While you keep picking losers, you keep yourself out of the spirit world. You know you are lucky enough to get into the spirit world, so don't fuck it up. I know I must get back to the spirit world, for there lays the truth. That's right, Ronnie. Now he's using another name. Now there's only one person that can do this with me, I know. There's only one person who knows all these numbers, only one. And will I ever get that answer from him one day and tell me if he did it, or is this really coming from the spirit world? Because it's very well done. That's right, Ronnie. You must get back more often. But not only that, when you stay away, you fuck up all the time. You keep others and myself. No more fuck ups, or we will be forced back down to this ghetto of a planet. And I don't want to return. Oh, I don't feel so good and must be dreaming. Hopefully I remember your message. I am thirsty and must go get a fruit drink, or else I will be sick. A fruit drink. If it's not a fruit drink, or else you will be sick. Talking about the water. Remember the Indians and the fire water. And it's not only what I say with water. Think about it. Everybody's now putting new Brita machines on because the water's no good. What do you think you're going to change? The only way to change the water, I believe, is to freeze it into ice and then take back what it is. Don't unfreeze all the ice, but really freeze it good. Freeze it to a dry freeze. Freeze-dried coffee. Arabian coffee, where the Arabian black horses from whence we came. Somewhere out in the Middle East. We seem to have all come from the same place. Who was here 3,003 years ago? Who was in North America 3,003 years ago? Where was Europe 3,003 years ago? And where was Russia 3,003 years ago? Back to the story after this commercial break. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Yeah. It's part about, let's say, acting. Once I got into this project, I figured if I'm going to get on, I'm not just going to get on and just, well, everybody, 3 and 8 and 2 and 4. Well, no, I got to make it something interesting, something worthwhile to even see long enough, more like a movie style book, so you'll want to watch, and then at the same time, maybe something will make sense. Otherwise than that, this is just like watching just another Avatar. Oh, I don't feel good and must get back to that fruit drink was just before the commercial break. Don't let others down or you'll be forced into the nebula 4283. Oh my God. I have to take a small break. 4283. That is going to make me crazy. 4283. 4283. Hold on. I'm taking a break for a second because there's something missing here. Gematria 4283. Okay, I got it. This is going to make me crazy. 4283. Gematria. Gematria, number 73, 66, 62, and 9. That is so perfect. Those are the searches. I could hit myself over and over again for having been so stupid. Love is for sucker. But if you have a girl, this does not apply. I wrote that poem. I can't believe it. June 15, 2011, full moon lunar eclipse. 18 months later, number 62, Well-being 2012. These are all the questions people ask. 4283, 7286. Now let's see what it comes up with here. No, they had 4326 and this was 4283. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's the same thing. Whoever wrote me this knew. Now they wrote me 3003. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm not doing this all for you, don't forget. It's part for me. I have to do a little research. Okay, and then it says, okay, do not let us down, or we'll be ever stuck in 4283, some 3003 away from the end journey. So I go look up 3003, and it says White Wolf Bear Guardian, or Diane Lorraine Pope. We come from a land of milk and honey, look and love. I will be threatened soon and very soon. Heaven's queen, deadly hand of the heavenly fate. June 17th is my dream of the spoken, again with June. But everybody knows June and December is the same thing. 6 forward, 6 back. That's why when we count the months, we stop in May. And we separate the rest of the months. June and July, they stick together, the spirit of 67. August is the 8th. We separate them again in September. And we're also looking into the fall season, but not for the season to fall on in. So we're going to get back to this, what I was reading you. And if you have left me, too bad for me. We're going to read you one more. I didn't want it to be like this, but okay. This one starts off in French. Okay, so I'm going to try to redo it in English if I could. Ronald, today is Tuesday, your big journey. I knew you when you were a little boy, when you were at your grandfather's. It's been a long time. Now nobody can know the juice and my grandfather together. They're completely separate things. Okay? And at the same time, I wasn't doing these videos, so nobody can know that I love fruit juice. And I've been drinking a lot of it. But now, I live in a spirit world, 7286. That's the number I got. Do not make big errors, my Ronald, or you will suffer a lot. Stop your sickness into the 5th week. Il y a 4 choix. If you sinon, joue pas. It's telling me to make a bet of the 4th seed and the 5th seed. It says, said partie, it's a game between the 5th seed against Nebula 7286. And you know who that was? That was Purdue. And they played on that day, and they whipped ass. And at the same time, if you go back to the, it was the Final Four, okay? And if you go back and check out the halftime show, that piano design, I designed that fucking thing. To see that, it freaked me out to see this, but I didn't bet on anything, so I couldn't lose. So anyways, what are you saying? I completely don't understand, but I think it's about Nebula 7286 in the spirit world, and why Tuesday a big day? Because you have to choose, man. What do you think? It's not that hard. And the word day, D-A-Y, has a count of 30. The word D alone says a dice cube of 21. It says a die. A die is a day. One day in the lifetime of man. The die goes up to 21. Times 4 is 84. And at the age of 84, usually we're not here anymore. That's the age. We've reached a limit. 7 by 12, 84. 42 and 42, 5 and 9. And everybody ever looked at your keyboard? Number 5's got the percentage sign. Have you ever thought of taking that line in the center and looking at it on one side and turning it around and looking at the other side? It says 10-10, my friends, in the 5 position. The 1 moves into the 5 position and moves into the heart of man. Man becomes the 9 and 6, or the 9, 5, and 1, because it takes over the 5 position where the 1 is now occupied. 9 and 1 makes 10. The letter J. The 5th position is E. The letter E, it's J and E. It's J and E and you are the X-Men of the 24 hours a day. The word is J-E-U-X in French. Also, it says ox or ox. O-N-X. Oxen. So let me finish this off. Why are you saying? I don't completely understand. But I think it's about Nebula 7286 and the spirit world, and why Tuesday a big day? Oh, you know why, Ronald, you imbecile. Joue pas, mais si tu joues, faut que tu joues le 5e semence, la fin de semaine prochaine, vous êtes fait autrement, vous êtes fini. If you don't bet this weekend, this team, you are going to be finished. Now, don't forget, Tuesday, and team, Teammeat. There's a meeting on Tuesday. Don't play or fool around. We must speak with you. Do you understand? It had nothing to do with the game. The game, GAME, is a total of 26. Cards is a total of 26. And everything you do, if it has a name, it's got a regular English gematria figure of calculation and simplicity. What you do and definitions you give to those numbers are going to tell the whole story of what you do. And you put what you think. Eventually you will see more of a value, and you will change those numbers to give it more of a spirit, and, not change the numbers, but you will insert new points in new areas, not giving anybody a number, just putting it into the categories. Oh, the categories get a number. Oh, it went in fourth. It gets another number. Shit, I don't want to give anything numbers right now. So let me read the next page. Oh my God, what are you saying if I lose? If I bet, what am I saying? If I bet, I will lose. All spirit connection to Nebula 7286, where you are now with my grandfather, unless I play Seed 5 next weekend. But what does Seed 5 mean? Now here, what does seed? CD5. CD 43. Number 7, the connection between 101, to speak with one, and one speaks with you. Seed 5, it's all codes. The D is the angle. Which angle is the D? The 4 corners. So where's the 4 corners? Only in the center. Because in the center of tic-tac-toe, there's one box fully closed. You've got 4 corners. You're going to meet somebody. And mean, okay, it could mean so many things. Mean is the letter MN. MNNOP. LMNOP, Queen and King and you, Queen and King and you. LMNOP, number 33, the command of the director. Ronald, Saturday has arrived, but your meter is running empty. To arrive at the nebulas with the ancients, this time is disappearing. How much pain do you expect to dish out before your semi-guarantee to the spirit world is taken away from you? The crows are not telling a good story, but the story is still incomplete. Who will reveal themselves to the unknown? Messenger-410-63 is now in another nebula. That's my goddamn birthday. How can anybody know the 3 of these things now on together? Messenger 410-63 is in another nebula zone. Serge has tried to show himself to you in the form of a friend of your grandfather's from 1971. Now, how would he know there was a Serge in 1971? Because it's not only Serge, it means more. It's a farm. But you could not make any progress with you. But he could not make any progress with you. Thus, eventually, this will lead to your hospitalization until the next time you take his word seriously. You don't think that bugged me a little bit? Serge, as in his worldly name, is now in another nebula, working on another spirit who is due to land in the constellation of the Mayan near the Aztec Freelies of 1539. Aztec Freelies of 1539. So we got to research that. I didn't look back at this, but I do know 10 is the egg, 39 is the perfect 10. 10 is X, 15 is O. Aztec Freelies, there's a tic-tac-toe, is the where it began. We have to understand these Aztec Freelies. And don't forget, Aztec is all the designs, my friend. It's all Aztec. When you're painting, watch how you move that paintbrush and the size of the opening of the paintbrush. It has some, everything has, you can't leave out anything. You got a car, your car is in creation. You're in the house. Your vacuum, your closet, your sink, your bathtub, and your toilet is all because of creation. And the toilet really says it's all winding down. What do you think? So we're going to get back to this. In the constellation Mayan near the Aztec Freelies of 1539, you can never go there because your old spirit world connectors are locked. And at the odds with the Mayans. So I'm at the odds. How can I be locked in odds with the Mayans? But 7286 may still allow you in. I thought I was 7286. But I'm not sure anymore. I must talk with Serge's brother of the Israelites, of the Israelites. But the way he writes lights, it's Littes. And when you look at it, okay, you have to sort of remove the three words because it says set, bed, real, 15. So Israelites is actually 1539. For I know the test has been upgraded from failure to incomplete. You are now a lucky soul. What? What? I'm dizzy. Come on, Ronnie. Another message has been heading your way one day soon. This will be a very serious time for you in the spirit world journey is now in trouble. Jen is a non-believer. Now, there's only two Jens I know, and one of them is dead for about 70 or 80 years. So, and the other one, in 2009, I don't know how this person could have known about that person. So now there's four things in here that don't fit. Anyways, we're going to leave it at this for now, and I'm going to do a little one a little bit later, and that's it. Thank you very much, Raphael 7286. I was just taking things around, but there's so much to do. Oh, did I show you this already? I played a little Excel game, and I stopped at this. The reason I stopped at this, because regardless of what went here, okay, this stops the game. We know what's going to happen. At this point in the game, the number of points for the placements taken, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 says X goes next. Right now it's tied at 16. The X goes into this corner. The game is over. We don't put anything here, just going into the bottom of the inning. It serves no purpose to be over here. We take the 7, we put it here, it becomes 23-16. 23 to 16. 23 and 16 is 39, which equals to 10. It means 10, it means perfection. Nobody wins and one space open. Why? Because this is 6-man. We have to have somewhere to live. The only thing that can go there in this situation, one spirit of 6. One spirit of 6. They both be the letter O. Now you can complete the game, and the score is Score is 23-22 equaling to 45. VW, 23rd and 22nd letter. 45, 4 by 5 is 20, letter T, 4 and 5, letter I. IT, you got it and you got Rubik's Cube, at least a piece of it, because there's a hell of a lot more to it than we really think. Because in the center is a cross, and it's got 6 hands. And not only does it have 6 hands, but it's got one square head on each one, making 6 squares, with 4 corners is 24 corners onto the 6 hands. How much time are we losing because of the center world? We must be getting old for nothing right now. But if we didn't die, there'd be 50 billion people in this world. Well, that's not a problem, because God knew we'd only make it this far right now. Raphael 7286, thank you.